news.
It's what's trending now.
All right, Rick's about the morning show, 25 minutes after the hour. Y'all, this segment's being brought to you by Indeed. That's right, looking for quality candidates this new year? Look no further than Indeed. Our new video interview tool takes the hassle out of virtual hiring. Visit Indeed.com/credit. All right, Brad, Maria, listen to this. Just as Atlanta Mayor aide Andre Dickens is sworn, he has to do so without his chief of staff, Ali Carter. Carter was arrested at Atlanta Airport just before New Year's for making terroristic threats during a call back in 2020 that his ex-wife recorded. The incident allegedly stemmed from his child being punished by his ex-wife's boyfriend. Carter could be heard saying that if the man ever physically touched his child again, he would use his AR-15.
Oof.
Since then, Carter has lost his job and faces charges in Georgia. Now, the incident has now lit social media on fire with people debating, is it okay for a step-parent or partner to be able to physically discipline their mate's children? Maria Moore, what are your thoughts?
You know, for me, I feel like I chose a mate. I chose a partner because when my husband and I got married, I was a single mom with 2 kids. And when we got married, he read vows to me, but he also called my boys up to the altar and read vows to them as well. And I think the really important thing as parents is that you raise a kid so that they don't have to be physically disciplined. But if that happens, and if I felt like it needed to be happening, I would trust, my husband, my partner, to engage in that kind of discipline. Now, if it got out of control and it was abuse, naturally I would step in. But it's just a really, really touchy subject.
Right.
This story here to me, Rickey, is kind of strange because the incident happened September of 2020. And what is this, January 2022 now? Mm-hmm. So it seems a little odd, like maybe some type of vindictive thing is going on. Like, why now?
Right.
Why did it take so long? So you kind of wonder if there's some beef going on in the background.
Right. Now, Rock T, you had 2 daughters when you and Crystal got married.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so let's reverse it. So Crystal, so she ever had the discipline and everything? Harmony?
Absolutely. And it's similar to what Maria just said, because when she read vows to me, she also brought the girls up to the altar and read vows to them as well. And me and her discussed this same topic.
Mm-hmm.
I trust her judgment.
Right.
I gave her permission that if you need to punish the children however you need to, I trust your judgment on that. Just like Maria said, there's a difference between punishment and physical abuse.
Right.
And but if you got to talk amongst yourselves, if you agree with it, I had no problem with it.
Special K.
I think the operative word here is step parent versus boyfriend. See, because that's getting lost in the sauce.
Oh,
this was a
right.
boyfriend. This wasn't his ex-wife's new husband.
That changes.
This is her boyfriend, and I think that's a real important designation.
And add this in there: a boyfriend where the biological father is active.
Yeah,
there you
So
go.
you got to be on the same page with the biological father who's active. If you're a boyfriend and you coming over there all the time, or you live with the girlfriend and the baby or whatever, and the father is active or whatever, that's a conversation between 2 men that needs to happen.
Because if you just dating somebody, if you're my ex-wife and you just dating somebody, hell no.
That does change
You
the
don't
scenario.
have the authority to whoop my child.
I'm with you on that.
I don't care what y'all done discussed.
I'm with you on
You
that.
just a boyfriend. You
Right.
ain't committed to her. You
Right.
might be gone
But
tomorrow.
what if the boyfriend is taking care of the kid?
Okay, but if the boyfriend is taking care of the kid, he still needs to have. No, you need to be a
What
husband.
if the boyfriend is taking care of the kid and the father is not in the light?
Okay.
That changes the whole dynamic
Right.
of
Okay.
everything. Yeah, that changes the whole dynamic. But at the end of the day, you still gotta, and as a parent, it's tough to draw that line when you're dealing with your kids. But when you're making a terroristic threat and you're involving weapons and you threatening to kill somebody,
that's different.
you gotta catch yourself, because in this day and time,
You can't do that.
You can't do it. You
Right.
cannot do it because the law is not gonna be on your side.
All right, let's go to the phones. 866-9 Rickey. Good morning.
I think it depends on the situation. Like if they're just saying, hey, go clean your room or put them on punishment or something like that. But physically putting their hands on somebody else's kids, nah, I don't think so.
I said, no, ma'am. My son, if he do anything wrong, call me and I'll come over there and discipline him myself because that's my child. You just probably just got in a relationship and haven't been there long enough to have that authority to put you. I don't care if she do give you the okay. I'm his father.
I believe everything is situational. So if I'm raising the child and you're not really doing anything, then I treat that child as if it was my own. If I whoop my child, I will whoop your children. That's just like anybody that drops their children off at my house. Everybody already knows I'm going to discipline them if they do something wrong. But you should trust me enough to know that I'm not going to abuse them or hurt them.
On the real though, to be honest, I don't think no stepdad, no stepmom should be physically disciplining their child. For me, you ain't lay down, you ain't create that baby. So why you think you should be able to do that? If you can actually discipline them verbally, you can actually tell their mom, for me, or tell their dad, the person who's biologically able to do that. I don't think no stepdad should be doing that, man.
It's never okay for a step-parent to physically discipline a child. If physical discipline is necessary, it should come from the biological parents. And if they're good at co-parenting, none of this should be an issue anyway.
Yeah, and that's true if the biological parent is in their life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can't say never.
No. Because see, I'm telling you something. These little boys turn 14, 13 and start slamming doors, won't take the trash out, giving you attitude, talking back instead of saying, hey, we didn't say whose shoes was in the floor. We asked you to get the shoes out the floor.
Period.
And see, this is why you got to start off getting them together while they're young or whatever. You got to kill it before it grow. See what I'm saying?
Right.
Because now he got muscles and he growing hair up under his arms, all that kind of stuff, and then they start feeling themselves or whatever. And it's a couple of times I had some nephews I had to grab them around and put them up against the wall,
right,
or whatever, and ain't having it. You know what I'm saying?
I had to whoop my nephew before, and he still appreciates it to this day.
Absolutely.
He's 40 years old.
It takes a community.
But he was 7 at the time.
Right.
So we nipped it in the bud, and he didn't have to do it when he was 14, 15.
Right. So yeah, that's a good. If you couldn't get through, hit us up on our Facebook page, y'all. 28 before the top of the hour, y'all. More Rickey